So here we got the piece of tubing. That's the center marked there, and we come over here and we marked 19.5, and if you see it, you can see it in around here, that area there, that's your mark. So we originally had 20 inches, but this is to the inside of the bend, so it was like 19.5. So if we come over here and you look at this part here, 19.5 is here. So that's what we done, we put it in. And the thing is, once you have your mark center and you know you mark this one at 19.5, when you bend it and you says, oh gee, maybe I was a little bit off or whatever on doing this measurement, once you got your center here, you know you put this one 19.5 or 20 or whatever car you're doing it for. If the bend is not, it seems like it should need to be water on top or anything or like that, you know, as well, I can correct it by sliding the pipe one way or the other for the next bend. So that's why we always mark there. So we have a mark on here and she's in the right place now, but if anybody has used these tubing benders here before, they know that every time you bend it, these rollers right here, they're going to dent the pipe. So what we do is we cut a piece. This is only exhaust tubing, and anyway what we end up doing is when we put the pipe up in place, we'll put these in here, slide them in between the rollers, and when we jack it up in place, we put one on each side, and it distributes the load when it's bending. So we put one on both sides, we jack it up to bend it, and it doesn't dent the pipes. So that's a little tip for those guys that use them tubing benders and bend it, and they don't like the little indentation it leaves in from the rollers. So put the other piece in on the other roller and start jacking, and you'll bend the pipe to the mark over there. Okay, so we're continuing to bend the pipe. So we're going to keep on moving it up to keep our marks the same. Keep it bended over the chalk line. And as you can see over here, we're getting close to there, so keep on pumping it. And when we get her lined up with that, what you want to do then is when you get her right on the marks, you want to give it a couple extra, at least 2 extra pumps from the bender, because I guess the pipe got memory, it wants to spring back. So we're going to keep on going for now. Another couple more. Yeah, we're getting there. And this should just about do it. So when you loosens your pipe bender, you'll see she'll spring back a little. And your pipe should be there. So we're going to take it out of the bender, and we're going to line up the marks to make sure the bend still lines up with this. And if the bend is the same distance from this line, that's why we measured off the 19.5 inches over here, and we marked it here. So if we do make the bend and you need to make it shorter or longer one way or the other, you can always measure from the center out and place your mark either shorter or closer to it. So we'll take this out of here, move it over on the other side, and make the second bend. Okay, so as you can see, we got the main hoop done in the car. We'll walk around the back. And you can probably see it in there. So what we do next now, we'll make the bars for the back, come all the way out well down this area. But what we usually do with a bar is up on actual like some channel that is going to be welded to the through floor subframe connectors. We put the back bars in and we weld them 3/4 of the way around at the back and the bottom and the sides, and then we move it ahead, and it moves down to the floor, and it gives you an extra inch or so, inch and a half to get the welds around the top of it. So yeah, that's the next step. So we'll continue on, and we'll give you updates. Okay, so we got the cage, front half of the hoop in. As you can see, we welded these 2 or 3 pieces down on the floor. It's welded through the floor, onto the back, and it's against the inner rocker. So we have a tack welder here now for right now. You just put the pipe in the drill press. Got the whole fish mouth, so to speak, on the end of the pipe. 2 of them are cut to the exact same length. So we're going now. We're going to put it in the bender, because you want the pipe to come back a little bit before it bends, so it'll clear some of the, it won't be all down in the middle of the car. So we're going to put it in now. We're going to mark an area around here where you want to bend to, and you got to put a bend here, and on the end of it we had to put a cut down there so it'll be the same angle as the floor. Okay, so we're back here at the Mustang, and fast forward a little bit. I was gone a little bit today. One of the other guys is doing a little bit of work on the car. So as you can see, he finished welding the back of the cage in, and he actually painted the back bars right now. But we got that, and how well the light is, it's kind of hard to see. There's a battery box mounted there, which will have a plastic battery, more like a marine box for a battery enclosure. Holder for the fuel cell. It's all looking pretty good. So I guess the next thing is now is get some more tubing, and finish putting some more bars in there. We got to triangulate a bit more of it now, but as for the roll cage, all the hard bends are pretty well done. So most of the other ones is just shape the pipe and put it in place, and put some bottom plates onto it, so when you weld it on, it'll stay there and some stuff, and distributes the force of an impact if there was one. But yeah, it's looking pretty good. Shortly, after we finish doing the cage, or doing most of the cage, the door bars are going to be left to last. Not going to they're just a pain in the ass while you're working on every other part of the car, unless you're the last thing to go in. So we'll probably put the crossbar into it, and mount some seat supports, and I think we want to have some more bars come back out of the cage in this area here. And I think the next thing on the list is probably going to be some subframe connectors. So it's all looking pretty good. So like I said, we'll get another little bit done with it, and we'll get some more video footage.